guys. Hi guys, just getting organized here. Sorry. There we go. Okay, good. There we are. Okay, good. Okay. Hey Gia. Hey guys. Okay, sorry, I was just posting a class I'm going to be teaching in a couple weeks. So I'm going to talk about it in a minute. It's going to be on Saturday, April 25th. It's going to be on Zoom, so it's going to be virtual. So anyway, it'll be fun. So I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So I just wanted to post the link in case somebody wants to read up on it. I hope that link works. So, wow, it was raining, wasn't it? OMG, it was totally raining. I'm going to turn off my phone so I don't get buzzed. And how are you guys doing? So, how was your day today? Did you guys have a good day? I'm assuming you stayed indoors, like extra indoors. It was pouring here, pouring. Okay, let me just turn this off. Hi guys. So we are going to do another letter from Spirit by my Guides Edgar. And I decided to kind of do this weekly on Mondays. So Mondays at 4 o'clock. Is when I decided to kind of come on and kind of do them. So maybe I might have more than one letter on these Mondays. So I might do more than one. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes, but because I write all the time with them, and we'll see. But I thought we can kind of set it up so that you guys kind of know when I'm coming on, and if you guys are into the letters and you're into the teachings from Edgar and you're enjoying their messages for us, then it's kind of good to have it on your calendar. So we have a specific time when it's going to happen, so it's not random. So that's why I went ahead and did that. Sound good? Yeah. So they really are teachings. Edgar's words, and they keep it very practical and very simple, and but it is teachings for us, right? It gives us stuff to think about, or as they always say, things to ponder. Ponder this, ponder that. We wish you to ponder on this. So, but they always give us these wonderful little teachings, since that's really what they are. And so I call them letters from Spirit. And all right, so before we kind of get into it, I have just something I just want to say. Okay, so this Thursday I'm doing an online small group reading where I'm doing mediumship and I'm connected with loved ones on the other side. It's going to be on Zoom. It is sold out, and I just want to let you guys know, whoever is listening, that is going to be a part of it. I'm going to send out emails tomorrow. So there's going to be a special link that you're going to need to have to get into the Zoom room so we can do our readings. So just know that, and so I'm gonna send them out tomorrow. Okay, so look for them in your junk folder, look around in case they don't come directly to you. I am sending them out tomorrow. I'll have them out by 1. Okay, so I just want to say that I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I love working with the spirit world. I love it. So I always so much enjoy it. I look forward to it. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be at 5 o'clock on Thursday. So just there's your RSVP. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is my course. So I have I am doing a course. It's going to be 3 hours. It's going to be on Zoom. It's going to be Saturday, April 25th from 10 a.m. to 1. And it's going to be in the comfort of your home. Oh, you guys, look at all the little hearts and stuff. Thank you. I enjoy teaching. I really do. And I think I think because my guides have given me so much, and I've had amazing teachers also that have really taught me that, um, I really want to make sure that, what I teach is going to be really impactful for you. It's going to really help you on your journey. It's going to be things I've learned, things that I've done, things that have helped me. And that's how I'm going to teach. And so the course is, so it's Saturday, April 21st, 10 to 1. And it's called Develop Your Intuitive Power. Because I always speak about the powerhouse, and the powerhouse is where our intuition resides. We are all intuitive. There isn't any of us that is not intuitive. It's a birthright. It's something we have within us when we're born. It is our GPS system, and we have it. It's kind of like our little help for guidance in our life to kind of help us along in life. And when you can learn to understand how it works for you, and you can understand how the intuition communicates with you and how your intuition communicates with you to help guide you in life, it is so powerful. It helps you with business. It helps you in your career. It helps you in relationships. It helps you with your own personal self and your development. It keeps you connected with spirit. It connects you with nature, with your if you have mediumistic abilities, and that is something that you do have. You definitely want to know how to use your intuitive skills first. But anyway, it's a wonderful course I'm going to be teaching. It's going to be 3 hours. We're going to go over a lot of things. So it's going to move kind of. It's going to be active, as far as there's going to be a lot of material to give you. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to cover a lot of different things that are going to really help you understand this wonderful GPS system, this wonderful navigation system that sits within you. And I call it really just, I'm not really going to I don't have to teach you how to be intuitive because you are. I just want you to kind of know how to work it. It's kind of like when you, I often talk about cars, right? It's kind of like when you have a car, and sometimes you get a new car, but you don't kind of really know like where the seat warmer is, or where this is, or does it have heat warmers, or you're trying to figure out the mechanics of the vehicle. And it's the same thing. It's like you have this wonderful engine house, this wonderful powerhouse that sits within you, and it's so wonderful and so powerful, and it's there to service you. It's there to work with you. It's there to help guide you into making good decisions so you can be really taking the right steps in life, and that means, in relationships, and that means, in business, when you're trying to hire somebody, and what does that feel like? And does this person feel like it's a good fit? And making decisions, do I rent this space? Do I rent that space for my office? Is this the right time to grow? Is it not the right time to grow? Should I add more employees? Should I pull back? There's so many questions in business, and I have used my intuitive skills in my business for as long as I can remember. And it's always been a really wonderful tool that has really guided me to make the right decisions in the direction that I go, in the employees that I've hired in the past, and in trusting myself and my decision process. And it's been really wonderful. And so I know it'll be really wonderful for you. So if you're interested, I put it in the link in the comments. If you are interested in taking the course, it's going to be 3 hours. It's on Zoom. Anyway, you can click on it and you'll get some more information about it. And knowing me, I'm going to expand upon it anyway. So I'm going to be probably spending the next few weeks, adding to it anyway, because that's just what I do. So anyway, if you guys are interested, you could go online. It's also on my website, monicaturlings.com. If you want to go to my upcoming events page, you could click there. There's a description of it as well, and all that. I'm excited to teach it. I think having that gift of intuition is probably the most amazing divine gift that's ever been given to us, life. But I mean, it's a wonderful gift that's given within us, and it's for us to use. And oftentimes we don't use it because we just don't know how to use it. We don't know how it works. We don't know how it communicates. We don't know how to work with it. And we usually put it aside, and we just, depend on other things and other people to get the guidance. And we really have it within us. So, and when we tap into that, it really empowers us, because then we can really trust our choices and our decisions. And it's wonderful. So it really does help you also in your own personal development, in your personal growth. It's always something I've had. And so, and it's everything you have. Everyone has it. You're not different, right? It's like everyone has it. And it's a shame to not know how to operate it. right? Oh, look at all my little loves and my hearts. Thank you. Anyway, so I just want to talk about that. So if you guys want to, you guys can go look at that in. And okay, and so I sat with the spirit world, as I do, and I always sit and kind of prepare my energy to sit with them and kind of talk and see what they have to kind of say. Hey, Jill. Hey, Gia. Hey, Abby. Hey, Kimberly. So Kimberly, yes, I'm doing a course Saturday, April 25th. Oh, that's funny. Kellyanne, hi. I would love a message from Spirit, please. Hi, Kellyanne. Diana Benson, yes, knowledge is powerful. It's the greatest power, right? Knowledge is everything. So perfect. Okay, so anyway, I sat with the spirit world, and as you know, my guides, Edgar, they work with me all the time. So when I teach a class, they're working with me. When I am doing mediumship, they're working with me. When I'm doing these lives, they're coming right in and sitting with me. So they're always with me because they're teachers, and they love so much to be able to add value to somebody to help them on their road. Their heart is so huge and their love is so big, and they always want to do stuff to help empower us. And so I just love them. And so anyway, I'm kind of having fun with this. So, all right. So I sat with them and I said, what? Look at all my little hearts flying. I love it. You guys are like throwing confetti. I love it. Thank you. So sweet of you guys. So first of all, where are you guys chiming in from? Where are you guys coming from? So I know where some of you guys are, but where are you all coming from? You guys want to let me know? I'd love to know where you guys are chiming in on this rainy day. Or is it rainy where you are? My son's in New York and it's sunny. And it's like 65 degrees and he's in a t-shirt. So he's really happy about that. Anyway, okay, so let me see. Okay, so I sat with Edgar, and I'll just get right to it. And then I thought we can kind of discuss it a little bit. And I never know what topic they're going to really talk about when I don't ask for a specific topic. And so I did not ask for a specific topic because sometimes I feel it's just amazing to kind of hear what they want to say to us. So, so here we go. I think it's fun like that. So here we go. Letters from Spirit. Hi, Edgar. What shall the topic for our letters from Spirit be like? What shall the talking topics for our letter from Spirit be today? And they wrote, indeed, it is a most wonderful time when we can be here in this way with you. We say it is wonderful to see you each gather as well for the letters we wish to share with you and for you. It is so, you see. For we are here to shine our flashlight onto each of you, you see. We wish to shine our words upon you, and we hope it brightens you and lifts you each in the right perfect way. It is so. We say you each in some way find change a bit difficult. When things must be done different, it gets you all a bit in a ruffle, we say. We sit here and observe the very way you each step into your day. Some step in with bursts of enthusiasm, and others with no enthusiasm at all. We say enthusiasm is the correct way to begin your day. We say enthusiasm is infectious. Would you agree? When you see someone with such an emotion pouring out of them, it isn't that it cannot touch you in some way. It is felt. Do you agree? It is that when you see someone with enthusiasm, you ask yourself, where does that come from? How do I get some of what they have? I wish to feel that way, and yet I do not. Enthusiasm is a word that holds an exciting energy within when one has it. We ask you, do you feel enthusiasm when your day begins? Do you roll out of the very bed you awoken from, rested and refreshed, with the energy of enthusiasm? A few, perhaps. Most do not. It is where we wish to place a flashlight for you. Enthusiasm. What does it mean to you? What does it feel within you when you see someone expressing it? How do you feel they receive this enthusiasm you are seeing them express? Do you feel that there is limited amount floating through the atmosphere and that the person was lucky enough to have just caught it? It is that you often behave this way, thinking that it is not available. Have you looked at someone who expresses enthusiasm and said to yourself, I'm going to have some of that also. I'm going to catch that enthusiasm as well. Can you understand that enthusiasm is about decisions to see your life for all it is and not for what it is not? It is that so many see the life they live for the blessings they have not received, rather than soaking within them the blessings that they have received. It is that enthusiasm is a mindset. It is so. Enthusiasm builds upon the way you choose to see something and appreciate something in your life. When you soak within the wellness of all that is right with a situation, it begins to form greater feelings within yourself. Can you play more in life? Seeing yourself as one who is placed here to actually play? To play is to uncover, to enjoy, to seek, you see. Are you each stepping into your day playing, enjoying, and seeking? Do you roll out of bed with excitement for the play that is before you in the day? Or do you begin your day with a I am grounded today attitude? Are you playing or do you see yourself grounded? We say it will be very difficult for you to find enthusiasm while feeling you are grounded. Many of you today do feel grounded. You are not. You feel you cannot play. You can. Some of you, however, have forgotten how. Where does it say anywhere that playing must be in a specific way or in a specific part of town or in a certain environment? It is that play comes from you deciding to play. Can you sit at the table in your homes and find things to play with? Can you find ways in one's kitchen to play? Is it possible to be in a bath and find that a way to play? Children do this. They look forward to a bath, actually, bringing their toys to the tub, having bubbles. For many of your children, they wish to stay in the tub longer than you wish them to be in it. Why is this? Can we learn from children? We say, indeed you can. Children can be the best to teach you to remember how to play. We say to remember, for it is that there was many times you each knew how to play. When was it that you have forgotten how to play? Ask yourself. What began to transpire in your life when the play stopped and the enthusiasm left you? Has it truly left you? Or are you simply just ignoring the very ways of living life that gave it to you to begin with? We say to begin playing. To begin finding enthusiasm within you once more. We assure you it is all there. Everything you need to be joyful and happy and content and living your fullest life is all within you. Is it possible you have perhaps looked outside of yourself for the things to give you joy? Is it possible that within you is where your joy resides? It is indeed truth to know that all one can ever need is within the very essence of you. It is that you need not to go to the market for it, or another vacation to have it, or to meet a new person to experience it. It is all within you. We say to become enthusiastic about waking up each morning. Seek for the things to keep a smile upon your face. It is that when you seek, you find it, each and every time. We say as well that when you seek to find things that keeps you from enthusiasm, you will find that as well. But why? Why decide to seek? Why decide to seek out things that steal enthusiasm from you rather than seeking to find ways to have it? Both are available for you. It is you deciding each and every time what you wish to be seeking and what you find in the process. You are the shopper. You are shopping each day. You are walking each day with an invisible shopping cart. The cart in front of you, pouring into it the experiences you are having from your day. We say the shelves are filled with everything you are seeking. We ask you, what aisle are you walking down with your invisible shopping cart? Is it the aisle of enthusiasm or the aisle of gloom? Both are there for your choosing. What are you placing in your shopping cart? Ask yourself. Ask yourself also, how have I been shopping? What aisles have I been keeping my attention on? A grocery store has aisles of food not good for the nutritional well-being and aisles that are very good for nutritional well-being. What aisle in life have you been shopping and pouring experiences into your invisible cart? We say, a mere redirection of your cart can take you to well-being. We say emotional well-being is what we wish to highlight here. It is a beautiful day for us here when we can see each of you shopping in the aisles, filling the carts with the experiences that give you joy. It is that you then become the seeker of well-being, and then enthusiasm will be found in your cart. This indeed is a very good day of shopping. Would you agree? We say ponder these ideas. Imagine yourself with an imaginary shopping cart and you making your list, and what is placed on that list becomes what you are seeking in life. Will you find well-being where you are focusing your attention? Look at your list. That list is your feelings, your thoughts, and your actions. What aisle are you shopping down? What is in your cart? With love always, Edgar. So, what did you think of that? So it sounds like their message here for us is about, as they were saying, you know, we spend a lot of time on what we don't have and not enough time in what we do have, right? Thank you for all the confetti. Let me just see here. Let's kind of talk about it a second, because maybe you guys have, oh, it's Mission Viejo. Hi, Glorious. Hi, Dottie. Sunny now. Oh, it is, Dottie. Wonderful. Hi, Elena. Hi, Kimberly. Thank you. Hi, Diana. Okay, great. So, yeah, so, it sounds like what they're trying to say to us is you're putting their flashlight on us, and they're saying, you know, why do we not have enthusiasm in our life? You know, are we stepping into our day? Are we waking up in the morning enthusiastic, or are we like dreading the day, right? They're saying it's a decision that we have and how we choose to step into each day that we have, and that we often spend too much time on what, you know, the blessings, like they said, the blessings that we don't have opposed to the blessings that we do have, and that we should really focus on that. And they spoke about shopping and a shopping cart, and they spoke about this invisible shopping cart and how we're just, you know, going through life, having our experiences, life giving us all these different aisles, and which aisle are we spending time in our day going down? Are there things in our life that we're doing that's bringing enthusiasm to us, bringing excitement to us, bringing us happy things, giving us things to smile about? Or are we spending our time down aisles in life that are making us unhappy, that are making us anxious, that are making us fearful, are we putting focus in the areas that are keeping enthusiasm from us? Or are we walking in life down the aisles with our invisible shopping cart, bringing things into our experience that fill our cart with things that give us the enthusiasm and give us joy in our life? And that's kind of what their message really is for us to think about, that we could think about just spending our day having this invisible cart, and this cart is always filling with whatever our experiences are. And our experiences are always going to be what we're focused on. Our experiences are always going to be where we're putting our attention to. So what aisles are we shopping under? Are we shopping under the well-being aisle that's good for us? Or are we going down aisles giving us experiences that are really not good for our psyche, not really good for our emotional state, not very good for our well-being? So these are questions that we need to ask. So they always ponder with us as they say, ask, you know, ask yourself this, ask yourself that. And what they always try to, they do that for us because they want us to think a minute about that question that they're asking us. So Edgar's asking us these questions, and they're saying, here's a question. Sit a minute, think about this. Where are you spending your day? What is filled in your invisible cart? What aisles are we shopping under, right? Do we get out of bed excited for the day, or are we dreading it? Do we feel grounded, or do we feel like playing, right? Many of us probably do feel grounded. I mean, we've all kind of felt it somewhere, right? I mean, we sometimes feel that. But, what can we do? They said, since when does play, like they said, since when does play have to be in a certain environment or a certain town or a certain place? Play is where we make it. Play is where we are. And if we can just find play wherever we are, we'll find play. And I loved how they spoke about the children, right? And how they love the bathtub and how they love to stay in there for hours with their toys and the splashes or the bubbles and what they said. And isn't that true? They can just find play in almost anything that they do. So can we learn from kids? Absolutely. But they said, we know how to do this. But they asked a big question. One of the big questions that they asked is, what transpired in our lives that made us no longer feel enthusiastic? What happened that kept us from playing? What kept us from playing? What is it? What happened in our lives? And we need to start there and kind of say, okay, that happened, but here we are. We're okay, and we're safe, and we're all good, and there's a lot of ways to play. And so they gave us so many wonderful nuggets in this letter from Spirit today to really get us thinking about how we're going into our life and how we're looking at it and what kind of energy we're bringing towards it, right? And they also talked about how enthusiasm is really infectious and how it's so infectious. And, when we see somebody with enthusiasm, do we want it? Or are we saying, oh, that's just her, that's never going to happen? That enthusiasm is somewhere in, like they said, somewhere lost in atmosphere. She was just lucky that day. She just happened to catch that enthusiasm floating through the atmosphere. Enthusiasm is a decision. It's how we choose to see wherever we are and whatever it is we're doing. It's always up to us. We got the power. We are the power, right? And that's why I'm even talking about my intuitive workshop that I'm doing on the 25th of April. I'm talking about, develop, right? The intuitive power, the power that we are, let's enhance that so we can have that wonderful feeling of being in control and knowing that we've got choices and we can feel into what's good for us and what isn't. Sometimes we walk the streets here and we don't even remember what makes us happy. We don't even know what gives us joy. We've gotten so far away from playing that we don't even remember what gives us happiness and what gives us joy. And so for that, getting into self, being intuitive and getting intuitive and re-remembering and re-uncovering, the things about yourself. So, intuitive development is also about that. It's about really knowing you. And they're just, I thought their nuggets were really so lovely today. And they said also, look at the list that you walk through your life with, right? Like your little shopping list, right? Your invisible shopping list. Your list is your feelings, your thoughts, and your actions. So do your feelings, do your thoughts, and do your actions. Are they bringing you down the aisle that gives you the well-being? Or are they putting you down the aisle with all the junk food that's not good for you, right? So, we have to stop sometimes and think like, how am I doing things? How can I be doing things differently? Am I enthusiastic? Am I joyful? Am I seeing the lack of, or am I seeing all that I have? How are we stepping into our experiences that we have every day? So, and what we do have, where are we putting our focus? Right? So I thought that was a good one. Does anybody want to chime in? Who wants to chime in about that? Hi, Dottie. Often wake up overwhelmed by financial responsibilities that aren't aligned right now. Once I kick myself out of bed, I make myself recenter into positivity. Would like to wake up with more joy. You might want to just think about too, so you might want to just wake up, like when you go to sleep at night also, what are you doing before you go to bed, right? Like when I go to sleep, by the way, I'm not even watching TV again. I tried to watch TV. It's just not my thing. So I'm not really watching that much TV again. But when I do, it's going to be the Big Bang Theory or Seinfeld or something funny like that, because I want to go to sleep. Because when you're going to go to bed, that's when you're resting yourself. That's when you are going to recharge yourself. Going to bed after you watch something scary or something that's not uplifting, you kind of go to bed with that vibe. So it's, so I always try to go to bed with something uplifting and something that made me smile and laugh. So that's the first thing, like, what are you doing or what are you eating, or what are you doing before you go to bed? If you sometimes don't sleep very well, or for those of you that might, have uncomfortable dreams, or you have restless sleep, or you're not really waking up with as much joy, right? But let's say you don't wake up with so much joy. Let's say that happens. So you just kind of wake up, and like you said, Dottie, you get up, and you kick yourself out of bed, you make yourself recenter into positivity. So that's perfect. Like when I talk about sitting every morning for 5 minutes and just sit in gratitude, I mean, it's kind of like what they're saying, where they just said, are we focused? Are we putting the focus on the blessings that we do not have, or are we putting our focus and attention on the blessings that we do have? And he said when you could change it there, that's when you're going to start feeling that within you change, and you'll feel that more enthusiasticness about you. So it's perfect to just recenter yourself and feel that positivity. So I'd recommend, they made me write down some things that would be helpful to help receive some enthusiasm, right? Because sometimes we kind of lose our way a little bit, don't we? Sometimes in life we just kind of get off course a little bit. We don't intentionally do it. We don't want to do it. We don't mean to do it. But it happens sometimes when we don't pay attention to our feelings, when we're not paying attention to the shopping list, right? Our feelings, our thoughts, our actions. When we're not paying attention to that, and we're not mindful of that all the time, that is what happens. And so it's very important to, number one, be mindful of what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and what action steps we're taking towards well-being or not, towards enthusiasm or not, right? Today's topic. So the first thing to do is avoid energy drains. So that's one thing was brought to, that negativity is also contagious, right? Like they said, if you're looking for things that are right, you're going to find them. If you're looking for things that aren't right, guess what? You're going to find those too. They're both available to you. That's what they said. They're both available to you. So, where are you putting your attention? So avoid energy drains. So negativity is, sorry, my phone's ringing. Negativity is contagious. And so get rid of people that are negative. Get rid of them. Just don't, if you talk to somebody that's in your life and they're pretty negative, maybe we ought to wean off so many phone calls with them, or wean off so many visits with them. And that, we need to, or somebody, I always find, like, if I would have somebody that would always tend to kind of go, I always call it, dark, where they kind of go negative with their conversations, I just flat out change the subject. I just change the subject. I have to do that with somebody in my life and my family that I'm constantly, they'll start talking. All of a sudden, I just completely change the subject. Sometimes even in mid-sentence, I'm not going there. I don't want to talk about negativity. I don't watch the news because I don't want to see the negativity. I certainly don't want to have conversations about negativity. So sometimes it's good to avoid energy drains. And when you're around a lot of negativity, it is a drain. Would you agree? I think that's probably fair to say, right? I'm sure we've all had moments like that. Hi, Evie. Finding our daily joy within ourselves, especially nowadays, being bombarded by fearful negativity. Right, but we're safe, right? We're safe. We're not in harm's, we're safe. We're home, we're okay. We can look at it as being grounded, or we can say, hey, we got a staycation. What feels better to you? Does saying that you feel grounded feel better to you, or saying that I have a staycation right now feel better to you? Like they said, it's a choice. Both are available for you. What aisle are you walking down? What aisle are you walking down? So we have to be mindful of that. And that's why mindfulness is so important too, right? That's why meditation is so important, because it makes you aware of thoughts that come in. It makes you more aware of your energy space. It makes you more aware of how you're feeling, That's all through that intuitiveness, right? It becomes aware. So spend time with enthusiastic people. Well, there's an easy one, right? If somebody makes you feel good, well, gosh, that's infectious. Don't you want more of that? Of course. And then when you're kind of with somebody that's really, enthusiastic, you feel that. And then because it's infectious and it's kind of contagious, you'll kind of get some of it. So it's a little bit of a ripple effect, right? So obviously, if you want to be more of one way, hang out with someone who's more that way, right? So that makes sense, right? Jill, it's easy not to see our life as a list. It's easy not to see our life as a list, right? But it is, because we're making decisions all the time, and making a grocery list is deciding what you're putting on that list, right? So you're making a list of what goes on it. Just like we're going through life, we may not always be aware of it, but that's the point. Be aware. Be aware of the list. Know that you have one, because we're making these decisions all day long, right? You go to the grocery store, you got a list. You made decisions of what went on that list, and then you went to the store and you took action towards getting those things. It's the same thing. It's what's my intention for today? How do I want to step into my day? If I want more enthusiasm, I'm going to get rid of negative conversations. I'm going to avoid people that are negative. I'm going to hang around with people that are more uplifting and more positive, right? And you can act enthusiastically, right? They often say sometimes fake it till you make it, right? Why not? Why can't you fake it till you make it? Kind of just start feeling into that a little bit, or start with things that are easy. Start with things that are very easy for you. Start with things that you can do that will put a smile on your face. Maybe it's music, or maybe it's, coloring with your grandchild, or maybe it's cooking, or whatever it is. Just start doing things. Start putting things on that list of yours that feel nice to you, that can make you feel happy and enthusiastic. Because if you're feeling joyful, believe me, enthusiastic is next door neighbor, right? They live next to each other. Do something you love. So doing something you love is a wonderful way to be enthusiastic. So be enthusiastic. It's like Edgar was saying. Listen, you're not going to find enthusiastic. You're not going to feel enthusiasm. You're not going to feel enthusiasm within you when you feel grounded. Right? They said that. They said you will not feel enthusiasm if you're coming from a place of feeling grounded. So maybe you'll feel more enthusiastic. You could say, hey, we're at a staycation. Maybe that feels better. So now it's like, how can we play at this staycation? Like they said, can you not play at your table? Is there nothing you can't do at your table? I know people that are making puzzles at the table, right? I know people that are reorganizing their photo albums now. They've got some time and they're redoing that, and that really feels good. And they're going through the memories and all that, and that's kind of fun and puts smiles on their face, and they laugh about that memory or that memory. So, there's a lot of things that we can do that can create that, and doing something that you love, right? So, yeah. So, they said, like, if you say you're too busy, right, to do something that you love, and you can't give yourself 15 minutes to do something that you love, then honestly, you're just making an excuse. Everybody's got 15 minutes. Everybody's got 15 minutes. Are you putting 15 minutes on your list? Are you, I talk about this sometimes in some of my past Facebook Lives, or with my clients when I do my soul sessions. I talk about being a manager for yourself, being a good manager for yourself. You're a manager, for yourself first and foremost, right? It's up to us to manage ourselves, and part of being a manager is managing your time. So if you can't find 15 minutes to do something you love to do, or you can't find time during the week to make it a point to do something you love to do, then you're just clearly not managing yourself well. And you got to be honest about it, right? Because sometimes the best thing to change a way that we are is by being honest, to saying, well, maybe I could have been better at it. Maybe I could have done that a little bit better, right? Maybe I could have, but now I know, and so now I can. I wasn't aware of it, but now I am, right? So, so do something that you love. I recommend 15 minutes a day. But I'd be happy if you did 15 minutes 3 times a week, for goodness sake, if you're not used to giving to yourself. So if you're not used to giving yourself, activities that you love doing, then even if you could do it 15 minutes 3 times a week, that's working in the right direction, Obviously meditating. I have that on every list. I ever write, because meditation is really key. And with something like this, it's very key because it makes you very much aware of how you are feeling. It's part of that mindfulness where you become aware of your emotions and your feelings, so you can navigate yourself better through life. Again, it's that intuition, right? Intuition, navigation, meditation. It's all like, it all benefits us. And so, even just 10 minutes a day, I would say do that daily. But even if you could do it 10 minutes 3 times a week, that's better. If it's better and more often than you do now, then that's positive, right? And that's something you could be really enthusiastic about, because you've achieved something that you're doing more of that's good for you than you used to. So that's a plus. So I would take that as being enthusiastic. The what's going well muscle, right? So we talk about that in like what Edgar was saying, the blessings. Are we focused on all the blessings that are right in our life, opposed to the blessings that we haven't received in our life, right? So are we putting our focus and attention? Are we in appreciation and gratitude of what the blessings we have, and how wonderful those are? Are we putting our attention there? Because that's obviously a vibrator, right? I talk about that all the time. Gratitude, vibrating, that's always the best. And so, always putting your focus on what's well, what's right, what's good, what blessings do you have? If we just keep ourselves on that aisle in life, we're always going to be putting well-being in our shopping cart, right? I mean, it's easy. Again, this stuff isn't difficult, right? This isn't Einstein hard stuff. It's very easy and practical. And if we look at it this way, and that's why I love Edgar's teachings, because they really make it simple and easy to understand. And it kind of gets us like, oh yeah, click, ding dong, light bulb. And it's so easy, it's not all wordy and difficult. Um, you know, Practicing kindness to yourself and to others, right? I mean, practicing kindness to yourself and to others, making sure that, you're putting out that energy and that helps that energy come back to you, but also giving it to yourself. So, we have to make sure that we're doing self-care and we're taking good care of ourselves. We're being good managers for ourselves. We're managing our schedule that includes things that are good for ourselves. We have to make sure that we're doing that. This all kind of helps enthusiasm. So to answer, Dottie, when you say, let's get out of bed, I want to have more things to be enthusiastic about, I want to have more joy in the day, then, we have to start lining this stuff up, right? We have to start making that list, our shopping cart, our invisible shopping list. And we have to always be mindful. It's like, okay, so like tomorrow or even tonight or tomorrow, step into your day tomorrow, recognizing you have an invisible shopping cart in front of you. Everything that you go through life experiencing is going into that shopping cart, and always stop and say, I just had this experience. How did it make me feel? And the way you feel will tell you if you're in the aisle of well-being or not. That aisle, that feeling of your feelings or those thoughts or those actions that you're taking, if they're good for you, if they make you feel good, if they make you smile, if they make you laugh, if they make you happy, if they make you enthusiastic, you're in a good aisle. You're going through life in the right aisle. And if you don't feel those ways, then you've got your list of junk food, right? So we know we need to redirect ourselves, right? And that's that navigation, and it's about being intuitively knowing how you're always feeling, right? Because, your feelings are your indicator. Always, always, always. Your feelings are going to be your indicator. So they're always going to tell you if you're on course or not, if you're on the road that's going right or not, if you're in the right aisle, as Edgar says, right? If you're shopping down the right aisle, so pay attention to that. So, okay. So anyway, Evie, what we want to catch in here. Filter what we want to catch in here. Exactly, Evie. Filter what you want to catch in here. It's like I say, listen, I got someone in my life, my family, that is just negative Nancy, and I'll just cut it off. I just will. I just won't go there. I will not go down that aisle. I won't. And here's the thing. We got to have boundaries for ourselves. We have to have boundaries for ourselves. We have to know ourselves enough to know what feels good to us and what doesn't, that what is good for us and what isn't, what conversations are good for us and what aren't, what people are bringing the best out of us or the worst. We have to know this about ourselves. We have to pay attention. And that's really, really important. So yeah, we got to always filter out that stuff. We got to. Who else is going to do it if you don't? Hi, Jack. I am almost grateful for this staycation. Good. Made me realize I was putting attention on the wrong things. I'm coming out of all this stronger. I'm claiming it. Jackie, I love that you say claiming it. Because sometimes we just have to own it. We just got to own it. It's not judging. It's just owning. It's just like saying, I own that I've been walking down the wrong aisle. I own that maybe I didn't filter out everything as well as I could have. I own that I've got sucked into the negativity of conversations and I know better now. It's just owning it. It's claiming it. I love those words, claiming it. That's perfect. I say owning it, claiming it. It's perfect. And it's not judging. It's just claiming it. It's just saying, I've been maybe doing a little bit backwards. It's cool. Lessons are given to us so that we learn to do it differently. Experiences are given to us for a reason, so we can learn from them, right? So we can do it differently. So there's a blessing in that, right? So wonderful, Jackie, sharing that. Hi, Dottie. Using the COVID-19 time as a gift of time. And it is, isn't it? Isn't it a gift of time? Come on, you can all sit there and say, there's something that you've got to do through this experience of being home that you didn't have to do before, that you didn't have a chance to do before. I mean, I've got to believe all of you had that opportunity, right? I know you all have had that opportunity in some ways. Hi, Denise. You've all had that experience before. So we've all done it. And so, we've all been doing something that's really productive and positive through this. I believe that. Always watch our self-talk, reframe your thoughts. Exactly. I always say, if I have a thought that comes in that doesn't, it's in my book, Destination Self. I have a thought that comes in, it doesn't feel good. I recognize it, and that's why we have to be intuitive. We have to be tuned in, tapped in to what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what we're doing. We have to be tuned in. That's the intuitive stuff, a lot of people think like, oh, psychic, like this course I'm going to be teaching on develop the intuitive power within you. It's not about predictions or telling the future. It's about learning to walk through life with the knowing and understanding how to feel yourself through your life. That's your navigation. And it's to tap into that intuition that's always highlighting the road that's right for you through your feelings, right? And it's about knowing when intuition comes to you, how that feels, how to respond to it, how to move with it. And it's for our life. That's how it works with our business and our families and our relationships and our careers and our self, right? And so that course, that intuitive, it's not about becoming a psychic or telling the future. It's about this kind of stuff. It's all about this kind of stuff and getting good at it and getting really good so we can charge through life and feel empowered. Doesn't that feel good to be empowered? I mean, just to know that you got this, like you're doing it right and you're shopping down you're shopping down the right aisle in life because you know now what that feels like because you intuitively have been drawn to it. So anyway, yay! Thank you from hearts. Okay, let's see. Anybody else? Enthusiasm is great. I have tons. I just need to work on the list so I can shop for everything I want. Exactly. And, and listen, here's the thing, shopping for everything you want, right? Because listen, as we're focusing on the things that we want, and as we are making that invisible shopping list that we have, and we're tuning into what aisle we're shopping on every day, and we're being mindful of where these experiences, what experiences we're having, what's filling our cart, right? Guess what? We're manifesting. Because when we're manifesting more of the same stuff we're thinking, we're putting our focus to, we're moving towards, we're wanting. So listen, if we're shopping down that aisle of well-being, guess what? We're going to keep going down the aisle of well-being. So more shows up in your cart. More shows up in your shopping cart of well-being. So we are manifesting every day. And we're manifesting for us, for our life, for our tomorrow, today, by how we're stepping into our now. How we're stepping into our now is what's bringing us tomorrow, right? So we are manifesting. So think about that. Think about that. Every action I'm making today is leading me to something that's tomorrow, right? It's moving, it's allowing energy to move forward for us. So yeah, so that's right, to have everything you want. That's true. There's total manifestation. Total manifestation. All right. Let's see what else. Hi, Elena. It's easy to get. What else? Hi, Di. Wake up over that one. See now. Perfect. So I just want to kind of remind you guys just for a quick second. So I have this online workshop that's going to be Saturday, April 25th while we're all home. It's going to be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's an intuitive workshop on really your own powerhouse. We all have intuition. There's not a single one of us that don't have it, but many of us just don't know how to activate it. We just don't know how to use it. We don't know how it communicates with us. And it's about me. I don't want to teach you how to be intuitive because you already are. I want to show you how to power it up. I want to show you how to power up the intuition. So that's really what it is, so that you can navigate yourself really easily in life, always manifesting what you want, right? So that's what it is. It's going to be April 25th, 10 to 1. It's on Zoom. You could go on my website and get it, monicatrillians.com, upcoming events page, or there is a link here in the Facebook post here. I posted it in the comment section. There's a link so you can find out more information about it, okay? And I'm excited for you guys that are coming, that are going to be coming for my my small group event Thursday online on Zoom. I'm excited to bring in your loved ones. You know I love working with the spirit world, and I love working with Edgar. I love these letters from spirit. I love that there's so many different ways that I can use the abilities that I have, and be able to work with my guides in the different ways that I get to. And believe me, I feel blessed every single day, and I'm grateful for them every single day. And you know what? It gives me more, doesn't it? Because it started off with doing things one way, and then they started adding more, because when we put our focus and attention into what feels good to us and what we love, more comes. And that means in your work, that means in your career, in your business, in your relationships with yourself, and how you work, and all of that. And so please know that I care so much about you guys, and I want you to be your best and fullest. And I love coming on and doing these things, and do these letters from spirit. I love my guides. I hope you do too. They have so much love for you, and they love teaching us all. And I know it makes them so happy. And so anyway, so if there's any other final questions, I'll answer them. If not, I will leave you for your Monday night. Is there anything else? You're welcome, Dottie. Thank you for sharing your gifts with us on Zoom. Yeah, I love it. All right, guys, so I'm going to chime out. If you guys didn't get the full letter from Spirit, just play this back. It's going to be on my Facebook page, and you could just click it, and you can listen to the letter from Spirit again. As I always say, there's a lot of nuggets in there, and if you read it a few times, you will get more teachings, I promise you. So every time you read the letter from Spirit, you're going to get more teachings, and so sometimes as you read it, you pick up stuff, but then when you read it again, it's like, oh, that one, that one. So there's a lot of goodies in there. So I highly recommend you play back and read it, and I listen to it, and even make notes, and see if something resonates with you. So thank you for all our heart, guys, so much. Thank you so much for coming on board and sharing Edgar's letters, and listening and being a part of it. I love this community, and I just love the love you guys express to them, and to me, and to one another. And you guys engaging like this is amazing. It helps all of us that are chiming in. So thank you so much for being so much a part of this experience, okay? I know that we're walking down the aisle of well-being, okay? I know we all are here today. So love you guys so much, and until next time, okay, bye.